Good evening. Hey, uh, more teams because spring break and because I want to, and that's a valid enough reason. We have Legend Robin, least deserving character to get a legend, even though she is top tier. Um, but beggars can't be choosers or anything like that. So let's just get straight into it. So we have this cerebral comeback team, completely free to play, totally not end game content tier. So we're running the Xenisha ship, which, if you aren't familiar, gives powerhouse and cerebral 1.55 times attack and some HP and orb stuff, but that's not important for here. So what this Robin does is pretty simple, honestly. Just boosts attack by 3.25, recovery by 1.5, and then makes recovery orbs beneficial and reduce damage. So I mean, I say it's simple that she has all these secondary effects, but it's not like not based on orbs or anything or your team composition. Uh, and then her special actually doesn't do anything to the damage calculator. She just completely negates all damage for one turn and then changes adjacent into recovery if your captain is a cerebral. So guarantees a matching orb for adjacents, which is cool. This treasure mode Sabo. Okay, so basically what this guy does is if your captain is cerebral, which it is, changes all the colored orbs on cerebral characters into matching, completely reduces defense by 100%, and then boosts attack against reduced defense guys by 1.75. So he procs his own conditional boost, which is really nice. So it's kind of like that Barto Cavendish kind of combo on a Lucy team in one unit. And then also has a whole cerebral thing with the orbs. Or is everything for cerebral? I'm not too sure, but either way, that's kind of how that works. And then you have the free to play Trafalgar, the V26 plus law for the 2.25 orb boost and the barrier duration and the fixed damage and all that. Good stuff. 6 plus Croc boost attack of cerebral by 2 and then then HP cut by 20%. So to the enemy, which is you know pretty Gucci. No no HP restriction on anything here. And then here we have the new Legend Shanks that is yet to come out. And what he does, he's real special because you're not getting the whole four unit of the same type bonus in terms of like his sailor ability or his special. But the point nine, the chain multiplier, just regardless, is just way too good to pass up. And so, as you can see, we're hitting 17 million damage, 17.6 mil on int because we have to choose Psy Robins, and at the least, we're doing 14.3 million. So this is a high, high, high level team. These guys output insane damage. Cerebral within like 2018 alone, essentially, just completely had a facelift. Because what I can do here is I can pull up the old cerebral meta just to embarrass all of you plebeians back then. So let's see. So we there's a ultimate croc cerebral, La V2 cerebral, which I guess nothing's gonna show up. Interesting. In Yurashi, I don't know if A's are a cerebral team, and then Croc cerebral. So yeah, not as you can see, not a single unit except I don't know the Croc, but even then that's a 6 plus. So really good stuff. Really just a Super powerful team. I have zero of these units, so rip me. But let's move on to the next team, and I'm pretty sure I covered this. It boggles me how I have not covered this quintessential team before, but haha, lo-fi hip hop radio. Actually, let me open up another tab. If I head up to my team directory, videos, Log Luffy, Stronghold A, Scare 4, 6 Plus Rayleigh, V1 Fuji, Lucha 6 Plus, Croc, Shanks, and Goku, 20th Annie, Legend NL, Boa, Cavendish vs. Lucy, Dofi La, Fuji V2, and then meme teams. Did never covered Neko. That's really weird because not only is that striker been just this insane class this entire time, but it's Neko. And I've had this team built forever, but I digress. So we're using Aokiji's bike because reduces the chance for recovery orbs, and then also the standard ship doohickey. Let's go over the Neko real quick. Boost HP by 1.25 and attack by 3.75 times if it's a colored orb for strikers. And that includes rainbow, which is real cool. And then what makes so that 3.75 is honestly really it's super strong. Like Neko he's on steroids, man, honestly. Jeez. And then he also makes all the color orbs beneficial for strikers for one turn, so hardly so with the recovery orb down thing, and you really only have 6 orbs in the pool, then you're almost guaranteeing matching orbs uh, for that one turn, which is real cool. Plus, you have 3.75 times that. La V2, regular 6 star, not super evolved. 2.25 orb boost, just still insane. Still can't believe Korea of all versions got that first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Korea Global and then JP, but Korean. And it's funny how no one really talks about the Korean server. I guess since it's so behind and everything. But V2 Law and V2 Boa were both first released on the Korean version, I believe. And those are just insane legends. Well, I guess not so much of the Boa V2, but Law V2, because the 2.25 meta is insane, right? Real interesting stuff. And then we have the limited rare recruit kid for a 2 times striker boost. Zio over here for 2.5 times chain lock. And Mach here for the color affinity. So at max, you're essentially doing 15 million to int because of the 2 side legends again. And then to quick, excuse me, to quick, you do 9.6 mil. So it's not that insane, but this is a bit of an older team, and I'm sure there's a much maybe stronger variant with like a Lucy team condensed into a striker team. So, but for what it is, what it's worth, it's still really powerful. The range is a bit higher, which what can you do? Then moving on to the last team, which is also features a Psy legend, go figure. This very lazily put together judge team, which is essentially just the entire batch, plus the legend Sanji. This is like the premier team. This is what people would always point to. This is what people pointed to in terms of what the judge legend and how powerful he was and that team was, during his initial release, and of course, eventually with people getting more and more time to play around with the build of the team, we got more creative and probably more powerful teams. But this is still like the quintessential. I guess maybe if we replace this with Beiju, but this is more or less like the optimal build for a Judge team. So what Judge does is increases the rate of Psyorbs, reduces damage by 15%, boosts HP of all characters by 1.25, and if you have a character of every type on your crew, boost attack of all characters by 9 point. Goodness, no, 3.9375. Goodness, I'm dyslexic or something. If they have a matching orb, or by 2.25 otherwise. So it's kind of like a semi. I don't know. It's different. Kind of like Strong Will Days a little bit, but with that color restriction and everything. And then what he does, I guess, to oversimplify, he boosts orbs by 2 times, so real powerful. Uh, this Sanji here really doesn't add very much to the team at all. I mean, makes recovery orb beneficial, which is real cool. Probably helps for the judge captain ability. Does fixed damage, or manipulation for adjacent people, and then boost own attack by 2 times. Not really useful here, but for orb manipulation and all that, and sockets and cotton candy, he's alright. You have Niji here, uh, who boosts attack of all characters by 1.75 for 2 turns if his captain is Quick or Psy, and it's Psy. So I'm just gonna negate that condition from now on. Same thing with this next condition. If your captain is a powerhouse, which he so happens to be, lock all orbs for 1 turn. So it doesn't affect damage, but he's a he boosts the entire team by 1.75, so they're powerful. Uh, then this Yonji guy here boosts attack against delayed enemies by 1.75, and then adds 40 times character attack and additional type list. So he does the Inuyasha slash the Lucci type effect here, and then Ichiji blocks Geno multiplier 2.5 for 2 turns, and then delays for 2 turns to proc that Yonji condition. And so at the minimum, against Quick, this team is hitting for 9.11 mil. And then at max, it is 11.2, almost 11.3 million. So, oh goodness, why am I using this ship? Let's see, where is it? Sunny. Okay, never mind. Whoa, disregard everything. Uh, excuse me. So damage against int is 16.6 million, and then damage against quick, which is the least, you're hitting 13.3, 13.4 million damage. My mistake, I was using a different ship. Uh, yeah, no, this team's insane. This team needs to be stopped. Actually, because they're all powerhouse, you could actually use Zunisha. That didn't cross my mind. So that so that makes the lowest damage 13.8 mil, and then highest damage 17.2, basically, if you fudge the numbers, but why not? This team is insane. I didn't, I was not aware that this team was that busted, even with them not having like any cotton candy on. So I guess you can really see what people just pull for these units, and I guess why it's the optimal build, even if it is the most lazy. So I mean, crap. So thank you for joining me on Psy Day. I guess Psy Legend Day. I would have had a Luffy Ace team up for you guys, but Luffy Ace seems to be busted in the calculator, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I hope you have a great spring break, and you know, good luck to you all. Um, Outro, 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 outro. Shoutouts to Law in Japan.